Hey everybody, welcome to For Too Many, a podcast about...
Shut up, you know we don't know what we're talking about. The important part is, I'm due-up.
Yo, it's Jay Remy.
This is Dez.
And this is Sox, S-O-C-K-Z. Let's get this podcast started.
We're live?
We're live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live, I guess. Episode 44. I got that one fucking right, didn't I? Sons of a bitch, I did. Alright, first collab on the books. Here with Ruby from Slut With Morals.
Welcome, Ruby.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you.
How's it on the road?
It's been crazy. I've seen a lot, done a lot. Was slightly part of a crime scene investigation. Yeah, now I'm in Tornado Alley, just talking to you lovely people.
So before we move on real quick, you got to give us a little bit about the crime scene investigation.
All right, so I'm in Boston, and I'm on a date, right? And so we get back to my hotel room, and I'm expecting to break open my box of condoms that I brought all the way from Texas. And so we had just watched the fireworks in Boston, and we go to my hotel in Wakefield, Massachusetts, and I accidentally run over something while I was parking my car in the parking lot, and I close the door. I park, we get out, and then my car honks at me.
Right? You didn't run the dude over, right?
Plot twist.
No, he was still in my car.
Okay.
But so I park the car, and I get out, and my car honks at me, and I'm like, oh shit, I left the keys in there. So as I'm running back, I notice these things on the ground, and I'm like, and so I'm a nursing student, and every day that I have labs, I am literally right beside a skeleton. Not only that, but I worked in a hospital, so I've seen, I know what bones look like. And so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that's a femur. And then I look at all of the other things. It almost looked like someone parked and bones spilled out of the trunk of their car. And they were just oh, let's just leave them there. Forget about it, and then they just ran off. So there's these bones just spilled behind my car. And so the guy that I'm with looks at me and he goes, oh, that's just from a dog. And I look at him and I'm like, you must really think that I'm stupid if I don't know what a femur, an adult femur looks like. So I grab my keys from my car. I go to the concierge and I'm like, hey, there's human bones behind my car that I accidentally ran over. And he goes, what? And I'm like, yeah, I ran over some bones in the parking lot. And he's like, I'm going to call my manager. And so he has his manager on speakerphone, and the guy goes, you need to call the fucking cops. What the fuck are you calling me for? He's like, call the cops. And so he does, calls the cops, and he goes, okay, well, you can go to your room. If the cops need anything, I'll let you know. And I'm like, okay. Not even 5 minutes in my room, the cops are already there, and they're calling me to come out. And I'm the one that's I have to go and show them where my car is parked. And as I'm looking at the bones, because I have my light on my phone on, I'm showing them, and then I get kind of down like a fucking crime scene investigator, and I'm doing this with my pinky to show that there's moss or something growing on the bones. So I'm just showing them, and I looked up at the police, and the policeman just has his face and he's looking at his partner, and his partner looks at me. And he goes, you got your ID on you? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I give him my driver's license, which of course is Texan, but then I'm in a rental car, which is from Tennessee. So it just starts looking really bad for me.
Right, that looks horrible. Oh my god.
Ma'am, you didn't dump these, did you?
Because, and then I was like the one that was like showing them where I was like, yeah, I think these bones were dug up, you know, like like I just felt really like, oh shit, like I fucked up royally, you know. And then so they're like, oh, so this is your car, and I said, yeah, but it's a rental. Well, what happened to your car? I was in a car accident and it was totaled. In Texas? Yes. Do you have receipts? Of course. So they're like kind of interrogating me in a way, and then they're like, can you open it up? And y'all, I have like my adult toys in a bag in my trunk.
What?
Oh no.
So they're like, so this is yours. Like, yeah, that's mine. Yeah, and so they were like, okay, well, we'll give you a call if we need more information. So yeah, they had like checked out my entire car, and then in the morning the bones were gone, but like the little tiny little fragments I had run over that broke off were not. So or they were there. So that was like really crazy.
So you just know that you technically ran over a human.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I ran over a body. I ran over, like, the worst thing I've ever killed was like a cat, but this time I ran over a whole ass body.
Damn. That's
Like, can you imagine that ghost being there and be like, my leg, you know?
Wow.
More interested with the cop just like, we're gonna need a rifle through your trunk. Man, what is that? We're gonna need you to open that bag. Fucking dude's just staring at his partner like, all right, I'm a whole fucking gay. That's a great thing.
And then I found out on the way to Massachusetts that, like, in Texas, it is illegal to own more than 6 dildos. And then, so, like, whatever they found in my trunk would have been absolutely illegal in Texas.
Wow.
Just dry snitching on yourself right now.
Yeah, I will throw, one of them doesn't even work anymore. Like, I fried it completely. So I'm just going to throw that one out, and then I'm back to basics.
Back to basics.
I'm a single woman alone in the woods. What can I say?
You were in Boston.
All right.
I guess this perfectly leads into, how did you come up with a slut with morals? How the hell did you come up with that title for the...
Well, I mean, 24 states and I didn't sleep with anyone. I feel like those are some pretty good morals. I'm very disappointed in myself.
Some rookie numbers. You're going to have to...
I'm ashamed. I've let you all down.
Apparently Boston let you down. Fucking killed a guy in Boston. Fucking got your toy box searched in your fucking trunk by police.
Toy box.
This fucking dude's like, what the fuck did I get into?
Right. He's like, well, this story just got really interesting.
Oh, and then in Salem, I went into I went to Salem and I did like the whole witch trials tourist thing. And I go into the store called the Pentagram, and it's like, they sell crystals and like all of this stuff. And then on one shelf, they have these dildos made out of like the crystal shit. What are they called? Like amethyst and like citrine and all of this stuff. And I'm like, oh, so talk about like some sexual healing. Like that's really gonna help out,
Is that how that works?
And one of them actually looked like my ex-husband.
Wow. All right.
What?
Don't compute. It doesn't compute.
Not at all.
I never told you about that in fucking history books. Guess why the witches really got burned? We're using crystals. What the fucking shit?
Could you imagine being like, if she orgasms, she's a witch. And then you're like... I can't.
Murder. She's a witch.
That's black magic. The devil does that.
If she doesn't float,
It's like,
she's,
well, then-
she's a witch. If she floats, she's a witch. I'm like, oh, okay, that's...
Yeah, they do like some really crazy shit to these people, The more interesting one that I found was, oh god, what was his name? It was this 80-year-old man that was a farmer, I believe, and he was put on trial as a warlock or whatever. And so he was pressed to death, which is like they put these slabs on your chest, and if you don't die, you're obviously a witch, right? So he was like, I'm innocent, and he kept telling them, he was like, more weight, more weight. So this fucking badass was just like already pretty much like on death's door because he's 80 fucking years old. And then he was just telling them, like, yeah, just go ahead and fucking kill me, fucking dumbasses. Like, I'm dead anyway. So, yeah, he just kept telling them, more weight, more weight. And then finally, after 2 days, he succumbed to his injuries, which was being pressed to death.
So this was like, this was back then. This is something that happened to an old guy. How old was he?
80.
So back in the day, this old 80-year-old dude literally hit you with the, thank you, ma'am, may I have another? It's like, we're going to press you down to see if you're fucking magical. He's like, thank you, ma'am, more weight. The fuck?
I mean, you gotta think about it. Back then, they didn't even like, they were like in their 50s when they died, you know?
Motherfuckers done fucking 50% past the expiration date. Right. Like, yeah, fucking put more weight. More... Old man was swole.
Do you even lift, bro?
Do you even witch, bro?
Is there a way we can find out the money for the month of July? Because Miss Alicia wants to know because of the bet you guys had made.
For July? I do have to check it. I have to check it.
All right. You don't got to do it this
That
second.
material.
All right.
We had a donation this month.
So, since you've been on the road, not everybody knows, but you've been on the road. How many days you been on the road so far?
What's today, Friday?
Yeah.
All day.
So a total of 10 days.
So 10 days. What's your favorite state that you've went through so far, or favorite place?
Don't say Boston. We're going to really question a lot of things.
I mean, Boston, obviously.
No.
Shit. She was running over dead
No, I
bodies.
paid $54 fucking dollars for parking there. That was definitely not a favorite of mine.
$54? Oh my God.
$54.
To park where?
To do what? Right?
Yeah, what were you doing?
At like Whole Foods.
At the Whole Foods?
Wait,
was
$50 to park at Whole Foods?
That's some bougie
Fucking
ass
Amazon,
shit.
motherfucker. That's what you get. Amazon bought
Yeah.
Whole Foods.
Yo, what?
Fucking
Hey,
Jeff
you're
Bezos.
acting like I was at a hotel long enough to order Amazon Prime and then have them deliver there. Plus, it was the holiday weekend, so that's probably why it was $54 fucking dollars.
Maybe
But
because you murdered somebody is why they charged you.
Wait, was that in Boston?
So,
yeah, that was in
I
Boston.
said they charged you that much because you murdered somebody. That's what it was.
They were like, "We're on to you." Well, this was before I murdered somebody.
Listen, we're going to charge
Allegedly.
Dahmer ahead of time before he goes to jail, and we can get the shit out of Dahmer.
Allegedly.
All right, Bill.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
With the pudding pop.
Let me get a drink, speaking of beer.
Yep. You get a drink.
Anybody else got
Speaking
a
of Bill.
Really? You get your-
I think
speaking
my
of Bill.
favorite city was probably.
Buffalo, New York.
New York.
That's difficult. I really love Pennsylvania. That was probably my favorite state, but my favorite city that I went to was probably Niagara Falls. Or Grand Rapids. One of the two.
Nice.
Chicago was really nice too, though, but it was just really like jam-packed. You know, like the traffic was just horrible. It had worse traffic than New York City.
Oh, Chicago is the worst to drive through. It's insane. And people drive like 90 miles an hour, and you just got to be flying with them.
Fuck it. You're going to die.
Pretty much that's what I've been doing this entire trip. I've just been like, okay, thanks for passing. I'm sorry my 80 miles an hour and this 55 wasn't fast enough for you.
So was this like a spontaneous trip, or you just planned it, or you just were this is something spontaneous?
I kind of both, so my kids went to a resort with my mom in Mexico to kind of for like a family vacation, but I couldn't go because I had my finals last Tuesday, and so I really wasn't gonna go, but then I talked to an ex-boyfriend of mine that, he kind of was like, dude, you need to do this for yourself, you always, you're always there for everyone else, you always, so I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll do it. And I did. I packed up my shit, filled up my tank, and yeah.
Nice.
Fuck it.
I did something that, but like 100% of people dream of doing, and only like 10% do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I know
Very
you
true.
was posting some bomb ass fucking food on Instagram. Saying you was in the
So
Spanish Quarter.
what's the best? While he's talking about food, what's the best food spot you hit while you're out on the road?
Oh my god. I had clam chowder for the first time, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I think that's like my favorite shit now.
Clam chowder.
Fucking
Is
Clam
shit.
chowder.
Why?
Clam
It is
chowder
delicious.
shit. Yes.
Absolutely.
You had it in Boston, right? I'm assuming.
I had it in Boston, and then I had it again at the Chowder Pot in
You guys could have mine.
someplace. It's all kind of running together now.
That's what
It
happened.
kind of feels like a really like long episode of The Hangover,
Nice.
but yeah.
It's every Friday.
Just need Mike Tyson.
It's just like-
Just need Mike Tyson is all.
Right. You need a couple tires and Mike Tyson and then maybe a face tattoo and you'll be
Ironically, I seen a fucking garage.
I mean, there was, like,
Mike Tyson's face. And it says garage sale.
Mike.
There was a dead body involved, so
Yeah.
Why you
I feel like I'm up there.
dented up ass can, by the way.
Huh?
Shots fired.
I gave Socks a can. I guess it's all dented up. I didn't realize he grabbed another beer. I
Our
didn't know that was
beer
offended.
DJ right now is on some weak shit.
It's like
So
my ex, all fucking beat up.
oh my god.
it's a blue can,
What?
my guy.
Sorry.
It's a blue can. Maybe that red Solo, but no other questions. I know you got some questions.
So, what made you start a podcast? I know we talked about this before the show with us. No one heard, but what made you start a podcast?
So on my Instagram, I kind of always do like these little ask me a question, right? And I started getting like the same questions over and over and over again, but from not new listeners, new followers. And so I was like, yeah, I'm kind of really tired of answering the same shit over and over again. So I had taken my cousin to New York at the very beginning of COVID. And when I flew back, there was only 4 people on the plane and we were each marshaled. So we had to quarantine because we came back from a hotspot, which was New York City. And so I was kind of like alone for 2 weeks. And I was like, what do I do? Because I can't get laid and I can't get drunk. So I just started a podcast. But luckily for me, my cousin, whose apartment I was staying at, had like 6 bottles of liquor. And I was like, dude, this is fucking perfect. So I would get shit-faced and I would just start podcasting. And I would talk about, like, I would ask people, what do you guys want to hear about? Like, what do you want me to talk about? And so I started doing that. And voila, here we are, a year later.
Nice.
Ta-da.
That's a good way to start it.
Shit-faced? Absolutely.
Yep. That's how we started.
Shit-faced and full of regrets.
We really started it.
Some of our earlier episodes.
Some of our early episodes, yeah. That
Laying
was,
on the concrete, drunk type.
yeah, we.
I thought that happened recently.
Laying on the concrete? Just like,
Well, we started out in my garage, and
oh,
Like all great businesses.
Yes.
Harley, Apple,
right.
other great businesses.
We started,
Microsoft.
Thank you.
we started out at the garage, and yeah, we just decided, hey, we should get as drunk as we can, and then ramble, and that's basically what happened. But
The only downfalls we had, dude that liked to cut his grass exactly the same time as when
6
we
times a
started.
Yeah,
fucking night.
I mean, when you're doing it outside, mind you, and you're in a garage, you get all the outside noise.
So all you hear
effects.
is.
So some of our episodes have weed whackers, lawnmowers,
The good
leaf blowers, whatever.
Fucking sweat box is like, all right, we're gonna hit start, turn off the fans.
Yeah, we also had to turn. We had fans outside, but we had to turn them off because our mic was picking up the noises from the fan.
Everything.
So, yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, a couple of the first of my episodes, you hear me go, God damn it, a lot, because, I was, like, fucked up, but then my cousin's cat would do, like, the craziest shit, so I'd just be talking, and then next thing I was like, zoom, and I'm like, what the hell, and then you just hear, like, a crash, and I'm like, so she would, like, run into something, I'm like, God damn it, and I'm, like, shit-faced, so I can't even, like, get off the chair to, like, go pick it up, I would just, like, stare at it like it was gonna magically lift itself up, and I'm like, yeah.
I guess we all started from the bottom.
That's how that normally goes.
I'm still at the bottom.
Here, oh.
Still at the bottom?
What are you talking about? I'm still there.
Yeah, we're just slowly sliding around the bottom. At the bottom.
Sliding around at the bottom.
We're trying
You're
I need you to take your Thursday and you get the fuck out of this podcast.
You're like the amoebas. You're like the little food particles. That's what I feel like. I'm the food particles in water when they're like sinking to the bottom. I just grossed myself out.
The fish eat those. That's done.
That's me.
What the fuck?
So do you have any more?
I'm the amoebas.
So do you have any more collabs lined up, or willing to do more collabs?
Oh yeah, of course.
No plugs? No shameless plugs here? Like, ain't gonna say who they are,
Or you don't have any more. You want
No, I don't have any right now, but I'm still. So I just did one with my best friend. I just released season 3, and then a lot of shit went down between myself and my family, and ended up having to go to Las Vegas for family reasons, and then after that, everything just kind of like, I literally got like fucked over, I think 3 times by family members, so I just stopped for a minute, and then I went on this amazing road trip. But right before I left, I had done one with my best friend Josie, once again, shit based on Jameson, and so I'm editing that out because there's so much shit that we talk about that literally girls should not be talking about. Like, we're disgusting. We're disgusting.
Well,
We're just some dirty, filthy bitches, honestly.
That's normally my pet name for Remy, but...
yeah, what? All right.
dead?
Like, I'm listening to some shit, to some of it, and then I'm like, we didn't say that. And then I'm like, so drunk me is Chloe. And I'm like, no, yeah, Chloe would say some shit like that, though. So Chloe needs to tone it the fuck down. Like, Chloe is loud. It's gross.
Any more questions? Get into the meat of this fucking podcast. More questions?
The meatier, the better,
All right. Well,
in my opinion.
so do you have any questions for us while we're at doing questions for you? Do you have any questions for us while we're chatting?
Yeah, who else are you guys collaborating with?
We have just Press Foreplay next week, and then
today, Junior.
and then we actually have
That's all.
WV Uncommonplace. I don't know if you've heard of him. He will be coming with us in the next couple weeks. So, yeah, we got some.
Actually, back to back to back.
We're just starting some. You're our first collab. So
96, 97.
I know. I remember when I reached out and I was like, do you want to collab? And then you were like, yeah. And I was like, when? And I was thinking like in a week or so. And then you were like, July 2nd. And I'm like, dude, that's a whole like 6 weeks away.
Whoops.
And I was like, I don't know if I'll have anything in my calendar. Let me check.
Right, let me check my calendar all the way out there. Well, we were just trying to pre-plan, I guess.
We just like to think we're important. We like to lie to ourselves like that every once in a while. But
You were like, July 2nd. And I'm like, the fuck? And then you had to postpone it. And I was just like, yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
yeah, that's because of Rona shots. Goddamn vaccines.
Yeah, we had some Rona shots.
Now we gotta get the third one.
Booster.
That ain't happening.
I won't do it number 3.
No, me either.
I got my 50.
They're gonna give you more PTO for number 3?
But you seen how my money went.
A third one? You guys have to get a third one?
They're talking about another booster. But no, it's not official yet or anything like that, but yeah.
I got my money.
While you've been on the road, you
possible.
probably haven't seen it, but it's in the news. They're
Like
talking
what?
about doing a booster.
Well, I mean, I've been in major cities where a lot of them have been vaccinated, and I haven't seen any zombies, so I think it's all right.
Yeah.
The government
I haven't
doesn't let
turned in
you
one
see
yet.
zombies. Come on.
Zombies.
Wouldn't let it happen.
Shaking,
I'm waiting on the first, like,
shaking.
load of zombies to be, like, out before I get mine, just to make sure.
I haven't turned into one yet, but if I do, at least being a zombie, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Wouldn't it suck if you turned while you were in the room with all the guys?
Uh-uh.
No, No.
You can get cracked with a fucking chair, motherfucker. Play that. I always have contingency plans. I'm like a fat Batman.
Busted ass can you get.
We got
we turn it into one.
right.
Us three are going to turn it into
I have a taser. I don't know if that would like do
You
anything.
understand horror movie
I don't think
physics?
tasing
Dez
a
is the
zombie
first to get
is a
turned.
good idea.
Dez is
I mean,
always
like a taser would like for a minute, right? Maybe it would like. What if you rewired a zombie? I am like going off the loop right now, but what if you did electrify a zombie? Like, wouldn't that make their central nervous system like act right again? Like they would be like,
It all
not so
depends
hungry
on-
for brains anymore.
I can't.
It all depends. It all depends on the type of zombie, I guess, or like how you go about it. Because if it's like Walking Dead, it wouldn't work like that. But Walking Dead sucks, so who the fuck cares?
Resident Evil wouldn't work like that either.
Oh,
Fuck Resident
Resident
Evil,
Evil is
dude.
good.
My fat ass is done when it comes to Resident Evil shit. I'm cool. Rattle, rattle, baby, rattle, rattle. I am fucking...
I think about this shit like so randomly sometimes. Like I'm like, But if it did
If
happen,
zombies.
Marvel's What If Zombies. They'll be coming out in the fucking... Their Disney Plus.
God.
They'll be doing Marvel What If Zombies.
Oh yeah.
Disney Plus and Thrust. I'm sorry, I'm full of sexual innuendos. Like I have no chill when it comes to that.
Remy's normally just full of Dez, so...
Whoa! Wait! Whoa! Back up!
Hold the fuck up.
Ah.
What is going on? Get your kinky shit.
Stop blushing, it'll be okay.
I'll
Crack
fight.
you with-
Do you imagine someone being like, "Tase me, baby"? I'd be like, "No."
All right, the meat and potatoes of this
I don't think it
goddamn
works like
podcast, I guess. All right, what's in Utah? Drugs? Wasn't Utah the one that
I
had
don't know.
drugs?
Ruby, you been through Utah? Anything there?
Let me see.
Has the drugs.
Was it? No.
Did I go
Oregon.
through Utah?
Oregon had the drugs. Utah has a fucking treasure hunt. A $10,000 treasure hunt. Two fucking friends whose names really don't matter, but no. John Mixon and David Klatt buried $10,000 in a chest in the middle of a fucking, I guess, a national park. Some shit. I guess it's the second annual. Last year they did it for $5,000. This year it took 17 days for somebody to find it. They, David Klein? David Klein. I think I said Klatt first. He'll be pissed. Don't matter. He said they were getting about 1,000 DMs on Instagram. They're getting 1,000 DMs a day about like details and how it was inspiring and fun for people to have a treasure hunt. Because I mean, you don't get to do that as an adult.
Right.
Shit's fun as fuck. But yeah, I guess somebody actually ended up finding it in the middle of the fucking woods. Said it turned out bigger than we anticipated.
So basically, they were giving out like clues every day, right?
Every Friday,
every
they were giving
Friday.
out clues as long as you like followed them and screenshotted them or their Instagram or whatever, and was tagging people. But Klein, which wow, I really need to get that right. Klein told ABC4.com that they were getting over 1,000 DMs a day. The treasure hunters expressing their appreciation for the hunt, telling stories from the trail, and then it got more out of hand than they anticipated. And you're burying $10,000 in a fucking dirt, and they're like, "Hey, go find it."
Right.
People are gonna give. It's Utah. What the fuck else you got to do in Utah? Fucking
Tip cows.
fucking cows. What?
Wow.
Tip them.
Tipping cows, yeah.
Cows.
Have you ever?
Not go into a cornfield in case there's children. Like avoid cornfields. Probably.
What about you? You ever done that?
They tipped a cow? No.
You?
I mean, I fall over it once in a while, but what the fuck's I gonna do?
I just imagine like the shove or like the. Do you grab it by the teats? Like, do you like lift? Like, how is Hunters?
Shawn Michaels.
Do you surprise it?
It's,
Like,
it's the same.
You give it a little
logic as,
sweet chin music.
Trying to tip a car. Just keep
Rock-
going.
rock
keep
the
going.
boat, rock
rock
the
it
boat.
till it goes.
but you can't like really like a car. Like you can't like. You know what I mean? Like you can't.
Yeah, you just keep giving it a
Like you can't grab it by the hoof and then just like tip it.
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I don't know. By that time, it might be awakened. Trying
First
to
of all,
fucking-
y'all really miss it when you fight somebody bigger than you. What do? Go at the knees. You take out
Right.
half the cow's legs and push. That's it. Have one guy behind it on all fours. You just push it over him.
Sweep the leg.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Cheeseburger.
Ground beef. I'm a mom. I'm so sorry.
What would you do with 10 grand? Would you like what if somebody in Ohio was to bury 10 grand? Would you go on the treasure hunt?
Oh hell yeah!
Would you?
Not in this heat.
Them ARG games be fun.
I mean, it's hot. It is hot, but
Fuck, you know what's hot? 10 grand in
yeah, that
cash.
10 grand would be sweet. Plus, I mean, come on. As a kid, you know that when you were doing like treasure hunts with your friends and shit, that shit was fun.
Fucking lutely.
You would feel like a big ass kid again.
I'd change that to 10 grand.
Hell yeah!
If it was in LeBron's old house, I'd have one of you go in there and hit that motherfucker, though.
I wonder if they'll up it next year.
I mean, it was
Like, make it 15 grand.
Year. They bet it.
They should.
It definitely should. If you're complaining about it being too anticipated or that it got bigger than you thought, go get a sponsor or something. Fucking make this legit.
Yeah.
I can imagine they probably
Mr.
their
Beast,
followers,
where you at?
their followers are probably like crazy
Fucking
now. Their
maybe that's
numbers
what
are
that's what we need to
skyrocketing.
do next year. Just hide $1,000 and do like a treasure hunt. Make it like a marketing.
Well,
play.
wasn't someone in like New York or
2
something doing that? Like putting $100 here, $100 there, and like
Yeah, they were doing it like
giving
random.
out clues.
I think they were doing it in like random restaurants and bars and stuff.
fucking-
Yeah.
The city of Chicago was doing it with their.
Oh yeah,
like,
the city of Chicago
the
was doing it for
vaccination
the
shit.
vaccination.
They were fucking hiding. Was it $250
It was like
gift cards through the
yeah.
city and shit?
Yep.
I mean, that's better than fucking the was it Vax-A-Million? The fucking studies have
Did you see
shown
the study showing
studies
that
shown it
did
didn't do any fucking thing for the
didn't help.
like. My chances of still winning that shit is like 5 to however many fucking people got vaccinated.
Did they, Ruby? Did they do anything in Texas to persuade people to get their?
Fucking Texas didn't even shut down for COVID, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Ted Cruz went on vacation.
Yeah, I was gonna be like,
Texas
I will
tried to
say that it
fuck
was very
COVID.
depressing when I would get off work at like midnight, and then I would go to the bar and they'd be like, "We stopped serving like an hour ago," and I was like, "I want to die."
Yeah, we were closed down at like 10 o'clock.
I have no like, I just don't think that people realize how essential bartenders are to healthcare workers. Very essential, very
Job
needed,
security.
and
Definitely job security.
and very important. These people are very, very important and very dear to me. And I feel like there should have been like a donation drive for bartenders or something. Like we really need to help those people, you know?
Yeah, they definitely didn't do anything for the bartenders.
That's why when I did get that good old layoff, that was not an industry I could go into. Couldn't switch and go bartend. Nah, they're all shut down.
Right.
Great, thanks.
So they didn't do anything for the vaccinations. They didn't. Texas didn't.
No.
I know Texas is pretty rough. They probably don't even like. Y'all ain't getting shit. Don't even go get the shots.
Yeah, Texas is,
Didn't the governor?
I don't know. Like, we care a lot about our veterans, but we don't really show it. We just, like, wave an American flag.
Interesting.
Kind of, like, fucked up, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, I love Texas, and I could never imagine myself living outside of it. Like, I could see myself living in different parts of Texas, but I don't think I could, like, leave it. But at the same time, like, I think about it a lot, and I'm like, there's so many other different states, you know, like, that I've been to, and I've been very lucky to go to veteran-owned and operated restaurants and bars and stuff, and I feel like that's definitely something that Texas needs to do more, is just be there more for their veterans than, you know, because, like, that's, if we're so patriotic, like, then we need to be doing more for our veterans as well. I'm sorry, this is the shit that I talk about on my podcast, like, it's a lot about men's mental health and, like, you know, but also directed towards, you know, like, men's suicide rates and stuff. Like, and a lot of our former veterans, like, it's mostly males that are doing this. I'm sorry to, like, bring it heavy, but I feel like we could just be doing a lot more, not just for the male population, but just our veterans in general.
I don't think they get treated well here either, to be honest.
They don't get treated well in
Sorry.
Ohio. Or in fucking the United States.
Not really. I mean, there's
Huh?
Some places do a little bit better than others.
Right.
Name them.
Yeah.
Just like she was talking about, she's been to places with the better known and operated restaurants and bars and stuff. Like, there's places we don't have unless you get somebody that can come up out of what they got and grab one. We don't have we don't have anything advertised as veteran owned and operated.
Yeah, we don't. Like
Maybe that's the difference, is they're not advertised as veteran owned and operated. But I mean, that veteran owned and operated doesn't mean that the state takes care of them. It means they were also smarter with their GI than some other people. It's a fucking issue. I mean, wearing a Till Valhalla Project t-shirt for a fucking reason. It's
right.
Veterans is something I damn sure care about. Probably because I was too fat to be.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. I feel like I do my part by thanking our veterans with my cervix, for their services. So.
Well,
what's the best way to put that? Hey, Jared.
Hey.
Get another one.
You're welcome.
All right. So where can you find your podcast? Where is it?
Spotify, I can't do Pandora. Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts,
like we used to.
Rocket something,
Good.
Anchor. Yeah.
It's a Slut With Morals, correct?
A Slut With Morals, yeah.
Want to make sure to get you a plug in there in the middle of it.
Thanks. I already have one in Texas, but that would help.
That's not the plug I meant, but
Oh, no, yeah, me either.
yeah, no, of course not, no. Never
No.
that.
What were we talking about?
Drugs?
What?
Drugs are bad, okay?
Excuse me, I am sober.
It's because you're driving, though?
I would never put that disgusting stuff in my body. Why would I want to feel better about my life or myself for no reason at all? Hate it.
Took a mean left turn.
Wow.
As you say that, I'll take another drink.
You ready for top three?
What?
Yeah, let's roll.
Rube, you ready for top three?
I'm ready for it.
All right. So this week, your top three, not sex, things to do with your free time. I already know.
I'm a virgin.
Did your daughter tell you that, or?
Who?
Your daughter tell you you're a virgin?
No, this unopened box of condoms in my purse.
I don't think we understand virginity. But... All right, so what would your top three favorite things to do with your free time, but not sex?
Oh, that's sad.
I feel like that's
Travel.
everybody's list.
For sure, travel.
So we go 3, 2. We go 3, 2, 1. So travel. Is that not your first or your third?
Calm down.
No, I think travel would be my... Okay, let's start again. So my number three would be...
Number three, we'll go around the table, then we'll go number 2 around the table, number 1 around the table, all right?
All right, I understand the game again. So my number 3 is probably naps.
Naps.
That's fair.
All right, Des.
There we go.
Oh, I guess that would be how that'd work. All right, so my number 3. Actually, that's where I'm gonna put traveling. I haven't done it in a long time. I feel like I want to again.
So traveling.
Yes.
I'll let you know how it is in 2 weeks.
All right. So my number 3 is football. Anything with football, tailgating, all that.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
That's my number 3. Socks.
Buffalo Bills. We already know his.
It's not top 3 hated teams. I'm going to say Xbox and gaming is number 3.
Number 3 is listening to business keynotes and like coaching clinics. So
Nice.
Like self-help?
no, like so like Gary V, like entrepreneur, keynotes. He did one in Dubai.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I'm also just like a football coaching, like is where a hobby I'd love to get into. So I've spent like 6 hours in a day just listening to like a coaching clinic from 1999, just because. I mean, it was from a coach I respected. So
I was 6 in 99. I was 6 years old.
7. So whatever. All right.
Number 2?
Yep,
Number
number
two.
two.
So I'm very curious about things. So I like to do a lot of research. So books, internet searches. But sometimes that's hard when there's like a lot of clickbait out there too. So, and I also do like a lot of research and read books for like my podcast or wherever I'm going. Like I just like to be really prepared. So research or like reading would be my number two.
I feel like all
Nice.
ours are going to be fucking very immature compared to that one. I know mine is, sort of. So, alright, Des, number two.
So my number two, I don't really know exactly how to word it, but like
Masturbation? It's okay.
no.
Oh.
No, non-sexual, remember? Because otherwise that would have been like my top three. 1, 2, and 3.
Any kind of like creative art that's not literally visual art, because I can't draw, I can't paint, but I can write. I have a design eye, so I can put together a collage real quick. I just can't actually draw it myself. But
Okay.
writing, any kind of planning. I even count like mixing drinks, so mixology I actually count because it's when you're making your own drink, it's an art.
That's an art form, yeah.
Some sort of like creative
Bless you,
expression.
bartenders. Bless them.
He's legit. Sorry, where is he located? He's
Somewhere
right
on the
there
screen.
on the screen. He is a mixologist. He's a certified bartender.
Certified bartender.
Certified bartender. Just have to throw that one out there.
God bless you. Thank you for your services.
No problem.
All right, so
Drinking has to be up there.
my number two is very immature,
Absolutely.
but it's something I'm good at. I'm very proud of
Masturbation.
Oh my god!
it. What I'm doing right now,
Damn.
drinking.
Drinking.
That's my number two hobby. I'm
Cheers to
drinking.
that.
Cheers to that, fellas.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that. Oh, what, you said drinking?
Yeah, that's my number. I'm very good at
I
it.
love drinking.
I'm very good at it.
If I could go home with my flask, so I have a flask that says don't mess with Texas, and then of course it has a Texas flag on it. If I could go home with that full of Fireball whiskey, I totally would. But I would not make it home without being in a ditch first.
Yeah, we don't recommend
Or like
that.
4.
Ditches aren't safe.
A show.
You looking for that Jim Beam? Over?
Yeah, I might have to do that.
There's still
Well, you
backfire.
hear that? He wants a shot of Jim Beam.
You want Jack Fire?
Oh,
I think Jim Beam's gone.
Is it? It should be.
The Jim Beam? I think that's gone.
That's
What is that right there?
What?
dementia eyes.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit. You're right.
Eyes are going, memory's going. Fucking-
Oh, here's my flask.
You want some?
There we
No,
go.
Hey.
Fucking
All
thing.
right.
All right.
Probably only a shot anyway.
All right. So you're.
Here's the thing about Texans is Texans love Texan things, like for sure.
Yeah, we know.
I know that my family loves Texas things, and they're not from Texas.
All of the world knows Texas loves Texas.
Hey, do y'all say y'all?
I do. At least.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
It's
think
always
it's,
awkward
not with
typing
the
it.
drawl, but we still say y'all.
we kind of say it, but it's not really that big around here, I guess.
Don't just fucking lightly queef.
I got a
about
quick.
that.
I got a
Yeah.
quick question, real quick.
Just trying to be respectful.
Ask.
So there's a beverage, and we call it something here, and you guys probably call it something there
I
in
know where he's
Texas.
getting at.
I just gotta ask you, what do you call pop?
Soda.
You call it soda, right?
Soda. Yeah.
See,
I'll just get some soda. Pretty
Yeah.
much what we say.
we call it pop here.
We just gotta find where the
Oh.
line where it divides is the thing.
I
Have
know.
you ever even heard of pop?
I
Have you
know.
heard
I
anywhere?
call it soda.
Oh yeah. I watched Happy Days one time and they called it pop.
Yeah.
Oh, makes me feel great about it.
Well,
Oh, that's Happy Days.
Wait, where was Happy Days? Like, where was that?
Some people.
So I knew they were.
It's up
I knew they were
Where
weird.
is it? Yeah, where is Happy Days set?
I think Wisconsin.
No matter what it is, some people just call
I
it
think that
Coke,
was
even if
that
it's a
70 show.
fucking Sprite.
Yeah, or Pepsi.
It's
Can I get a
weird as
Coke?
shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I just had to ask that question. That was a little debate that we had at work the other day because one of our new employees is from New York. I guess they don't call it pop either. They call it soda.
Yeah. Well, I gotta meet them.
Nobody cares what New York.
I got called use a lot in New York. I got called use a lot in New York, and I was like, what am I using? I don't understand. What are you saying to me?
Oh,
Like the whole time I was just really confused because they were like use, and I'm like, what are you saying?
Yeah, New York.
I think I had a-
different creatures.
That's a
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah,
language.
there,
in
yeah,
New
that's
York.
a whole other language in New York.
Especially,
I was
especially
saying-
I also did not do shrooms in New York City and then ride the subway. I didn't do that at all.
He does the guy I'm talking about.
So was that you brought that up? Was that like on your to-do list or?
Milwaukee. See? Yep.
No, it just did not happen.
Oh.
It did not happen as a surprise at all. Didn't happen.
Shrooms in the subway.
Guess here we'd have.
All right, are we doing number?
Yeah.
Has everyone done their number two?
No, sorry, I got a little sidetracked. Number 2.
When would that ever fucking happen?
Socks number 2.
I like going on those paranormal tours. I think they're badass. I know you think they're fake.
Hey.
So maybe that's what it is.
It's a cop.
That's-
I'll be the camera
That's
guy.
the-
I'll
that's-
take
it's-
2 of them. to
No,
take
that's
one.
fine.
I'm just
Hey,
saying.
Hey, message
We got somewhere in Parma.
me after this episode because I actually caught a lot of shit when I was in Grand Rapids. I'd love to show you.
That's because everything's scared in fucking Grand Rapids. Living, dead, everything wants the fuck out of fucking Michigan. Fuck that state.
She actually liked it. That was her favorite city. Remember?
Yeah, I heard that and I ignored it. That's okay. it's
Whoa, hey, yo, whoa.
the whole state
Fair.
of Michigan.
Whoa.
Sorry.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
fair. You're allowed your opinion.
Yeah.
You're allowed your wrong opinion.
Wrong.
I mean, it's right, but I'm also an OSU fan. But my number 2, because it matters more than Michigan. Something I haven't done in Jesus, probably like since I was in high school. Get high as fuck and go to the gym.
Allegedly.
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 Thank you. I appreciate that. Can't
Absolutely.
Can't be dry snitching.
You never know who's.
Your boy. Your boy
It's allegedly.
is off the map.
I'm guessing you know this story, though.
I wasn't there today, so
Oh,
that's
yeah,
fine.
so that happened today. Oh, that happened today?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but you definitely said today. So, yeah.
All right, Rube, number
Sorry,
1.
John. Sorry.
Whoa,
I would just be like,
hey, whoa,
there
whoa,
ever, like,
relax,
like
our
a
TV
camera on you.
You're very choppy. Give it 1
Losing
second.
you.
Hold on.
Can you hear it? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Am I a little choppy?
Yeah, you got choppy for some reason.
Is this better?
Audio's coming back, but video's not back.
Hold on. Let me.
This happens in Missouri.
Oh, I know what happened. Hold on.
What?
I think it's the storm fucking with my phone.
Attaboy.
Alright, hold on.
Oh, you're good. You're good now.
Attaboy.
So
Am I back?
I don't know. She
Yeah.
can see it, right?
Yeah, okay. It's trying to catch up now.
I don't know if you can see the chat that we have, but
It's really small, probably.
one of the people in the chat just said that they're working at the hotel and someone just came in with no pants.
The guy just came in with no pants.
So that's why we're laughing a little bit.
Sir?
No mas, pantalones.
Sir, you must wear pants when you come in to
Hey,
check in.
Says no shirt, no shoes, no shirt. They ain't say shit about pants.
Right.
No.
I'm very decent about my
Why?
exposure. Thank you.
Bridget,
Oh,
Bridget,
no.
by the way, is in the chat. Did he at least have shoes and a shirt on?
Did he have underwear on? I guess would be a
Right.
Wearing a mask.
Was he wearing a mask in both places?
Oh my god. That's wild.
Hey, so does the chat show up like even on later? Like if I watch it later,
Yes.
Yes, it will
Yes.
show up.
You will see.
or is it okay? All right, cool. Are there any questions that I didn't address or anything?
Questions haven't come up. This is just.
Okay.
Yeah, once
Our
we
funny
we'll see
people
once we
up
see a
here.
question, we'll get it to you.
Yep.
So, number 1.
All right. So
So we're on number 1, Ruby.
I just said that.
Sorry.
travel
The shirt
for
and
sure.
shoes.
For sure. I think that I think that so on this road trip, I started out with $800 and I'm down to 30. So, and here's my whole thing is that if you are a person that wants to travel and you're so worried about money and where you'll stay, first and foremost, I stayed in rest areas. I took hobo baths. I only stayed in a hotel room if I really felt like I was in an unsafe city, or I knew I was going to be there for longer than just like 4 hours to like take pictures and stuff. And the next thing is that your money will come back to you. Your money will come back to you. Your money will always come back to you. So if you are scared to take that leap, guys, I drove from Dallas, Texas. Actually, I drove from Mexico because I dropped my daughters off in Mexico first with my mom. And then I literally went from border to border because I was in Niagara Falls. Sometimes, and I will say this, always waiting on your friends that cancel on you last minute, always having to wait for an answer so that you can go do things with your friends, that is also an answer. Take the leap and fucking go by yourself. Have an amazing time.
Hell yeah.
Your money will come back to you.
Can I drink to that?
Fucking cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Fucking chug.
Sorry you don't have anything to drink, but cheers to you. That's awesome.
I'm very sad.
Well, when you get home, make sure you have lots of drinks.
Each whiskey will be there for me. It's like waiting for me for sure.
Jonathan.
All right.
Yeah,
Next.
Says number one.
Okay, so my number one. So I was gaming, but not just gaming anymore.
I just want to check. You asked me, 2 episodes ago to remind you of something? I know the answer, but I just want to make sure that everybody listening knows you're a fucking lying asshole and you didn't do what you were supposed to do. I just want
He's calling you out.
No, he's called me out saying, yeah, I didn't do it. But he checked up on me after. But
at least I checked.
He did check, though.
so I scripted it and didn't record because I hate scripting stuff. Makes no sense.
So when's it coming out?
Not doing that video. I'm actually going to do a podcast episode on what that whole video was about.
Okay, I just had to make sure. When is that coming out? Like I asked.
Oh, when's that coming out?
Yeah.
Not the video.
Whenever you keep
that
fucking
thing
procrastinating on. I just want to know.
So, podcast. I'm recording it Wednesday.
Like this coming Wednesday?
It's
or?
coming up Wednesday.
So we need to make sure
What day is that?
we're on the phone.
What fucking day is that? This
Date. Today's the
15th. 14th. So 14th. So on the 14th.
So the 14th, we're gonna
7/14 it'll be coming out.
We need to blow.
No, it'll be recorded. It'll be
recorded.
coming out.
So we need to blow up his phone on the 14th to make sure he's in session.
What I think is going to happen is it's going to come out that same Monday as the next episode.
Ooh.
I'm not doing math right now.
So
fuck off.
2 Mondays from
I also can't math.
the Monday
I can
after
math,
the
I
next
just don't
one.
want to. Okay.
When the next episode, not this episode, the next episode would be up.
Yeah.
All right.
18th? 19th. Something like that. Just want to make sure, so I'll check it after we get done here. I'll make sure to post it online so you look like an ass if you don't.
We'll make sure you plug it.
But you're number one.
But it's kind of not just gaming, but everything being involved. Trying to stay up in the news. I've been trying to be able to break my whole me not wanting to stream because I'm too critical on myself. I'm trying to watch more streamers to get kind of out of, because it's just shows me what I already know is nobody's watching me now, but I'm still doing the same thing as everybody. Like, I'm still with everybody that has viewers, so I can't get myself out of it, just be in my head and not do it. I just have to do it.
Sounds like you just need to hit play or record.
Can I give you some words of encouragement?
Go for
Absolutely.
it.
Okay.
You need to listen.
So I tour with a lot of bands down in Texas, and here's the coolest part. These guys are regular Joes, okay? Some of them are chubby. Some of them are fucking, IT directors, and some of them are balding, and some of them, you know, they're fucking rock stars at the end of the day. And you know what it is that it doesn't fucking matter what you look like, as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing. People love to see the average Joe fucking rise.
Ron Jeremy.
Everyone loves to see someone that is at their level fucking keep going forward. You know what I mean? Like, they love it. It inspires them. And here's the thing. You never know who you are inspiring. Never. So don't stop. If you're insecure about yourself, there are people out there that are watching you that are like, man, I wish I could be that guy. So don't stop.
19.
Hell yeah.
Just gotta-
It might be a couple days earlier now. I feel
Yeah, you better
inspired.
get to it.
That was like the what's that Braveheart speech?
Freedom! No, that's awesome.
Alright, it's kind of what I do.
I appreciate
This
it.
is what I got taught.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Just remember that. You never know who you're inspiring, so don't give up. Don't give up.
All
I
right.
thought it was. I'm like, yeah, 'cause that's an
7:19,
important day for
baby.
me. Yes.
You try to be one of the cool kids now.
I'm going to try to join you. All
Salt
right.
in the bottle.
No, I'm going to drink it in a minute.
Baby,
but
got a
I'm gonna
bottle?
do
Dirt
Oh,
bottle?
was that?
I'm gonna do my number
Was-
one first. No, we'll get to that. I already seen
Was
it.
he asking me?
Yes, I
Right,
already seen
okay.
it. But let's just finish this. So number one for me is graphics. This started a long time ago. It's kind of funny, but when I was younger, I used to make covers for rap albums, local artists, stuff like that. And it kind of went away for a little while. But when we got the podcast back, I actually started making graphics. And Ruby, I fucked up the spelling on your guest appearance
I think I
with
wrote
us.
that one for you, too. That's a fucking
Guess
part.
instead of guest.
I think I
I know.
wrote you the
I
caption.
guess appearance.
Yes, yes. But no,
Don't worry, you get a lot of those.
I love doing graphics. Look, there's no spelling correction when you're making a graphic. I'll give you that.
Hey, that's true.
And most of the time, I'm actually doing it at work while I'm trying to work, and I'm just like,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, some people will watch that like, oh, really,
I
motherfucker?
know. Yeah, I'm not doing
Drives
it.
the-
Never would do that.
Slim
at work.
Reaper fucking
I would
be
never
up there
do
like,
anything
oh,
but work at work. But yeah,
Work,
so
work,
graphics
work.
for me is one of my favorite things to do.
So, like, making graphics and
Yeah,
shit?
making graphics.
Oh, Jesus.
So.
Pretty soon you'll be able to hit him up on Fiverr.
That's fucking cool.
Oh,
Yes, Megan.
You're getting called out.
All right.
Couch life.
So you're number one.
I want to get back into more of what was just said.
We'll go on to that. Let's see.
He's not
Like
gonna
what?
get
What
back
did
to
you want to
was
get
just
into?
We'll go.
If everyone knows me, I'm a avid bowler, and it's been a struggle since I had my heart surgery and all that stuff. But I'm trying. And last
What
Wednesday, I
did you
almost
spell wrong?
hit 3 150s, which I haven't done since my surgery or whatever. So
Yo.
I'm getting there eventually, slowly but surely.
Did you bowl it without Mo?
Yes,
That
without.
might be why. He'll get under your skin and you'll fuck yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to go myself because I'd rather have no fucking
I'm telling you,
distraction.
you gotta go.
You'll
You gotta
you'll
go
get back
full
on it.
hooded mellow like you were doing in the league. Fucking, he'll get pissed and go fucking full with just the hood on. Won't talk to fucking zero dark socks. He won't talk to nobody.
This is one thing I do know about Sox, and I never went bowling with him. But when Sox has bad bowling outings, he is very quiet. He stays quiet for a while, and then
I remember those days.
You remember zero dark socks? You go the full fucking hood on. It's not a fucking word. Motherfucking
People
Unabomber in the back of the
People
fucking
try
alley.
to fist bump. I want nothing to fucking do with them.
oh, I believe
Yeah.
it. I see it.
But then let him throw a strike, and then everybody.
Right.
That's the issue. He gets,
He's Stone Cold in it and shit.
not like you though, because you do it like a woman.
Shut up.
You do it like a
Ooh,
bitch.
call out.
A baby back
I don't
bitch.
wanna
She was
wear
all
that
like,
beer. I don't want to wear all the fucking beer.
I didn't want to wear it.
Baby
I
back
mean, I
bitch.
felt
baby
that.
back bitch.
Baby back.
Oh, my brother said he's seen it. He's like, he's got some training to do.
Sure, I know how to.
See?
I know how to.
Like
do
he was
that.
holding him like a fucking casting couch and shit. Just, fucking.
Hey, whoa! That is not how that went.
That is how you were sipping it and shit. Like a little cat, just sticking your tongue out and shit.
All right.
Should have stuck with the hat.
Do up. What's your
Should've
number
just stuck with
one?
the hat.
Number one, sort of follow suit with my guy, and enjoy, especially when it comes to like unwinding and shit. Online, playing video games online, and with my shit ass internet, I've realized that more so lately. I miss getting to play getting a fucking just beat up on little kids in 2K and shit.
Yeah.
But the more
we're
I've
just taking
seen how easy it is, and now that I'll get back to actually having legitimate money coming back in here soon, fucking
I hate that one.
I think I want to move into like playing video game, but try and get my own streaming setup.
It's definitely not good as a Jack Daniels one.
I'm really thinking about it. Just getting a streaming setup.
Hey,
I really miss beating up on little
co-stream.
kids in like fucking 2K.
You play 2K and then we'll come together every
Motherfuckers
once in a
used
while
to rage
and play
quit. I'd
some,
just be the tall white guy with the mohawk, just
play
fucking
some
steal.
COD or something stupid.
Fuck, I've been dying to play Among Us, but
I want to, but I don't want to play with randoms online because, I mean, no offense to the kids out there, but when it comes to Among Us, kids are trash. They talk like worse than adults on Among Us,
I've heard
and
them.
I don't know how to play that game.
that's why you gotta watch the tutorials.
I played the tutorial. I still don't know how to play that game.
Not on the phone, God. I tried the tutorial on the phone. Fuck that game.
Man.
All right, Ruby. We did have one question for you in the chat while this was going on.
I'm ready.
When are you going home? They were asking when are you going home. I think you kind of said it. You said you were on your way home now.
Yeah, I am. I am 8 hours away from Texas, so I am currently in Missouri. And it's been raining, so I've been freaking out because I'm like just looking for like funnel clouds and like wall clouds and shit. But yeah, I'm on my way home tonight. I should be home by 4 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yo was supposed to pick me up.
Oh, sweet home.
All right, Denzel. Thanks for fucking just.
I can't wait.
No. I'm like, wait, is that what you wanted?
Are you ready to go back home? Are you
I'm super ready. I'm ready to. My brother's actually on his way to go pick up my mom and my daughters from Mexico, and I'm ready to like hug my kids and just be with them.
Okay.
You know.
That's what's up.
I'm homesick. I want some good Mexican food.
Amen. I ain't had any yet. So. Been to like 3 Mexican restaurants. I ain't
So you
had
got
any
good Mexican food in Texas, is what you're saying.
No, there's like select restaurants I go to, but I'm ready for like real Tex-Mex food. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, some of y'all's nachos have extremely disappointed me to the point where I didn't even take pictures of them. I was just like, the fuck is this? What did you hand me?
That's how you know it's bad. Didn't want to get on the gram.
It was like,
Kitchen nightmare.
I was very surprised at the amount of like, there was like, I had chips with no cheese on them. I was just very confused as to how I was supposed to eat these chips.
I would have fought somebody.
Fucking freaked out. The fuck is this? You see this?
Pretty,
You see this?
just like throw the plate at them and be like, again.
Yeah.
Fucking
Extra
raw.
cheese! It's fucking raw! It's nachos, sir. Fuck you, it's raw! What the hell do you call them?
Just like, would you look at that? Would you just look at it? Look at it. Look at
You
it.
fucking duck!
Where's
Damn
the
it,
cheese?
look
Where the
at
fuck
it.
is the cheese?
I think we're doing
Gordon
Gordon Ramsay.
Ramsay
You're
in
doing
there.
like fucking Soprano over
I'm
there.
fucking, she was in
But just
my
that look at it.
Give me the
Fucking
fucking
go full ratatouille with it.
Put a little fucking cheese on there.
Would you eat that? If they said yes, I would probably sock them for being a liar.
Oh, you sick son of a bitch. Alright, since we're talking about disappointing food, Subway it is!
Oh wow.
Being an Eat Fresh Refresh program.
We gotta talk about that place.
I know, you fucking every day have a fucking sad story about the fucking
I
shit
did have
ass.
Subway today, by the way.
But,
Well,
to the hospital, so.
so, June 12th, they'll be shutting down half their locations early to set up for their revamp.
So half. So that means Ohio won't have no revamp, is what you're saying.
No,
one.
They won't.
in like Crocker
Right,
Park.
and one in the nicest
they
area.
won't be, all of them, half of them will shut down early for the revamp. They'll all revamp, but, so on the 13th, They'll be opening, what is it, the Eat Fresh Refresh, I think is.
Refresh.
Yeah, because that was I hope their food's better than that goddamn slogan.
So does this mean they'll have like real meat?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's,
God, no.
That's where they're getting, right? At the deli.
Allegedly.
They're supposed to have,
Allegedly.
They're keeping the tuna that's not tuna, though.
they're supposed to have
so.
deli-style meat, so they're actually supposed to be real, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the nicest part about it, as long as you go in your local time between, 10 a.m. and noon, you'll get a free 6-inch, and I think it's like a turkey collie is what they call it. It's one of the new sandwiches, which probably has a part of the new ingredients, a smashed avocado. Again, like we talked about with the Charlie shit, if it says California,
avocado.
it has to have avocado. Don't call it a collie.
You offend me.
An avocado, thanks.
I'm so tired of this California bullshit.
What does that mean? Smashed.
I saw a meme the other day that said, "Hey Californians, let me show you. This is a map of Texas," and it was like Oklahoma and Texas, and then it was like reversed. Like Tulsa was down in Texas, and then Dallas was up in Oklahoma, and it was like so when you're trying to like settle, yeah, we're kind of tired of Californians coming over.
Everybody's tired of California.
Yeah, I heard there was a very big mass of Californians coming to Texas. That's
Because it's gonna break off the country.
oh, they're scared to float away.
Yep. They don't want to be their own island.
So why did they pick Texas though?
LeBron's probably gonna go to Dallas.
Right, probably.
I guess
I was waiting for it because Texas is a
nobody
shit.
knows.
Right.
I was waiting for because everything's big in Texas.
All
type
right.
Oh my god! So I was giving my friends that live in Hawaii a ride to the airport,
Honolulu, eh?
and they're just like the whole time they're literally like kids, like dogs hanging out of the window, like looking at everything because Texas is literally so spaced out, you know, like it's huge, and they're just like, look at the car dealership because our car dealerships are enormous, you know, and I was like, I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know the difference, but I'm like, are they stacked up? Do they only have like 4 cars in the thing? Like, I don't understand. Do you have to pre-order them? Do they like?
I see it.
They were just like dogs, just like hanging out the window, like pointing at everything, and I'm like, that's rude. But yeah, not supposed to point.
Yeah, the only time I seen it,
That point at everybody.
the only time I seen Hawaii is when I watched Dog the Bounty Hunter. So I don't know what goes on there, but that's the only time I seen Hawaii. I never been.
I know you killed 3 people, but we're gonna pray to Jesus right now and
Right. I know you've killed your whole family, but if we could just
with
pray
a
to
peanut butter knife and
if we could just pray to Jesus real quick before I turn you in.
Can I get a smoke?
we're gonna have this cigarette and pray to
You
Jesus.
could have your smoke. You know what? You want to sip of this beer? Go ahead. Let's just pray to Jesus real quick.
Just don't touch that 10 kilos of coke you got.
Right. Leave the Coke in
Leave
the
the coke,
trunk.
but you can have a cigarette.
He's a bad motherfucker. You know why I'm here, brother. You know why I'm here. You know why I had my 18 goddamn grandkids chase you
Yes,
down.
that's what's the best about it.
Because I'm 74
That's what's the
years
best
old
about
and
the
still
show
can't.
is he doesn't chase anybody. He lets
Motherfucker,
everybody in his family chase them.
you work
and then he
for
shows
the
up.
happiest place on earth. It's called delegating, motherfucker. You know better than anybody to delegate.
He shows up at the end. I got you, bitch.
Yeah. Fuck it. Sweating my ass off walking from here to the car.
Right.
And I'm glad them caught you because I'd fucking blow it out an artery.
He's
We're
a
gonna play right now.
GPS though.
I know.
He's a hard GPS.
Oh, he's a hard GPS. Go that way. He don't drive. He don't even drive either. He makes everybody else drive. He's just in the back.
Why the fuck are we talking about the dog?
I don't know because it's fucking hilarious.
Hawaii. We started talking about Hawaii.
Yeah, that's the only time I've seen Hawaii. That was on TV, but.
We get here. Oh, Cali. The Cali sandwich.
The Cali sandwich.
Cali to
Oh,
Hawaii
so-
to Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yes.
But you'll be happy as a part of their new, I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, quote unquote revamp. I guess it will be 11 new ingredients, 6 sandwiches, 4 alterations to sandwiches, and 2 new breads. Artisan Italian and hearty multigrain. I was wrong earlier.
Some kind of multi-grain
And
bread.
the most important part, a new digital ordering experience, which would probably suck if they did it. If they did it like they did before, it'll probably still suck like large dicks. So,
Well, I hope it has nothing to do with their app.
what do you think a digital ordering experience
problem.
That fucking app doesn't work worth
This
it.
motherfucker done sent so many corporate emails like, "You stupid sons of whores."
They sent him to 9 fucking subways to get fucking 3 sandwiches one time.
Map me
Fucking
around the
stupid.
world.
Yeah.
I did not know out of all fast food places though in 2020 they shut down the most locations. They shut down fucking, I want to say it was like 1557. So 1,557 locations.
Well,
they had
there's
to shut
like
down.
so many. I don't know about other states, but around here, there's so many real sub places now. That and then
Haven't had 'em yet,
and then
so.
Subway.
Still dying to have Firehouse.
And then Subway actually.
Not Charlie's on fucking Brook Park.
Subway is.
Sons of bitches can't do shit right.
But Subway.
That shit looked like dog food.
Subway was good for a reason because it was cheap, right? We all went there because it
Was.
was $5 footlong.
Was.
Well, the $5 footlong is gone, and they now charge like $8 to $9.
Yeah, so it's Jared. That's why that shit's not $5 no more.
So it's like, oh my god. So it's like $8 to $9 when you can go to a real sub place.
Every $5 you gave him for a footlong, Jared was fucking just getting a Thai boy every weekend.
Oh god, man.
Fucking ridiculous.
No.
Sorry, Ruby. We do say some things that are a little out of line on this.
I'm
show.
offensive.
Oh, no,
These are
you're
fucking
fine.
Thai boys. I'm
You're like,
offensive.
looks like large dicks, and I'm like, yeah, those don't really suck, but okay.
Well, good for you.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinion, but okay.
I know, that's why we invited you. That's okay.
Oh, damn.
Okay. All right.
We're just like, oh, damn.
All right.
All right, so.
All right. I love Matthew.
So
I can't say his last name, though. It's very confusing.
McConaughey.
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 What the
McConaughey.
That's the Texas.
McConaughey?
That's the Texas one.
McConaughey.
Mahogany. It's mahogany for sure.
He's gonna be like the fucking governor down there, and you can't even say his name. And
Yeah,
shit?
wasn't he running for?
He runs for
I'm
everything.
dead.
He's like the official celebrity of fucking the University of Texas Longhorns too.
Oh yeah.
No, but you do know what I did find out that did you guys ever watch School of Rock as a kid?
Yes, I have.
Okay,
that
so
a
you
movie?
know
Is that
the guy that ends up like when they're at the Battle of the Bands, and that guy that's like hitting on the principal, he's like, "You're so hot," and he's like grabbing his chest and stuff and like hitting on her. Yeah, he's actually a politician here in Texas.
No way.
Huh.
I swear to God.
That's fitting.
Yeah.
Fitting.
That's very fitting.
Yo.
They asked Ted Cruz; he was on a vacation, so that's how that guy got the role in the movie.
Ted Cruz just rolls out. When shit hits the fan, Ted Cruz is out.
Oh, well, we
Oh,
got
that reminds me of someone else that used to play basketball here.
Fair enough.
You son
Sorry.
of a bitch. Rube, was you part
Finally,
of
no
the
one could
fucking
say nothing.
the ice storm that fucked up the entire state? Was you there during that?
Yep, I had no power for 7 days, and no, I had no power for 6 days, no water for
Fucking
7.
recall, baby.
Wow.
Talking to a Texan. Fucking, I knew she knew about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was pumped about you not having the power.
Right. What the
No,
fuck?
I'm not talking about that. I was talking about the fact that I was like, oh, we have a Texan.
Perfect.
We talked about the
We
shit.
talked about this story on,
You son
on
of
the
a
show.
bitch.
Yeah, no.
I appreciate the fact you threw me under the bus
shit.
once.
You should
Yes.
get thrown under the bus because I got thrown under the bus because they asked me about my people.
Right.
Huh.
You may not want to listen to that episode because I don't think we're too kind with.
No,
Well-
there's only one person that was probably not too kind.
What?
Fucking
way.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. Now, I didn't say nothing bad about it, so what?
Uh-huh.
He's got
I heard it.
family there, you know?
I don't remember it.
The only thing that I can really say about that is that, like, so shit like that happens, like, once every 12 years. Like, I remember the last freak blizzard we had was about 12 years ago. So, us being unprepared for it, yeah, because it doesn't happen in Texas. You know, that's why we were unprepared for it. Like, even I do blame the North Texas Tollway, though, for, like, the 100-car pileup that did happen, and, like, I think it was, like, 64 people were injured and, like, 9 died.
Jeez.
And I do blame the tollway for that because they didn't do their job, you know? Like, it was announced, like, hey, this is going to happen, and they didn't sand down the roads. So that was on them totally and completely. Like, I'm glad that they're being sued for that because, you know, there's people that may have been injured, but who's to say more haven't succumbed to their injuries? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, that part, Texas did fuck up.
So
but
what are they?
that
What'd you
blizzard
say
that hit,
I heard you say they use sand, right?
huh? Yeah.
They use sand, right? Yeah, see, that's different from.
Yeah.
we actually put. It sounds kind of crazy, but we actually use salt to do our roads. But they
So
use
you
sand.
said it don't sound crazy at all. I don't.
So why does that sound crazy?
Yeah.
It sounds like they're not experienced with snow, so they use sand.
Well,
That's what it
sand
was.
would work though.
Yeah.
I mean, it would.
We're absolutely, yeah. I mean, sand works, but we're absolutely not used to snow or ice or anything like that in
Y'all might
Texas.
wanna-
Like,
You
if
might
it
wanna get
rains
fucking
in
Bill Nye here
Texas,
to
like,
explain to me how
Does
sand
everyone
fucking
drives,
works.
Sand
like,
like absorb?
15 miles
Absorb
an
what?
hour under the speed limit.
I want to know how sand works. You might want to get Bill Nye on the fucking phone because I don't understand how fucking sand works.
I know warmer places will use sand. There's got to be a way to do
Sand
something.
works in the same way, but it's smaller quantity. It's not like the same way that salt works. Like, because a little salt rock, it's not in the same volume as salt works.
No, my point. I understand what you're saying. So you're speaking, and I got that. We're cool there.
Okay.
I'm not understanding how the fuck sand works in the first place. Because I understand
Same logic as salt.
It melts.
It's a
Yes.
chemical. It's a chemical.
So it
Sand
melts.
melts.
No, not the sand. The sand doesn't melt. The
salt would melt,
salt doesn't melt.
The salt has a chemical reaction to the ice. Is how it fucking melts ice.
So the sand must do the same thing.
How would
I don't
grains
know.
of sand fucking have a chemical reaction to fucking ice?
Ask Ruby.
The only thing
Well,
that
if
makes
you think
sense.
about it, hold on. If you think about it,
I'm also
sand
partially retarded.
is normally in the ocean, right? So then the sand must be salty. If you think about it,
No,
The
obviously
sand must be
nothing
salty.
properly.
like,
Maybe she has something. Maybe she's right.
It's not.
I don't know where they get the.
So y'all just be taking pails of sand to the fucking coast and just
Yeah, how do they?
fucking
do
down
they-
Main Street.
Do they use a truck to spill
Well-
the sand out?
yeah.
Okay.
Like we do with salt.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Salt works because it's a chemical reaction to the ice.
Well, sand has to do something. It
Yes.
has to do something. Because why
It's
would
still-
it?
It's sand. It gets between your fucking toes. That's all
But
sand
it's
does.
still a chemical reaction with
Once
the
again,
snow.
I like-
How?
What do you mean how?
How does sand have a chemical reaction to anything
I don't know. Someone
besides
pull
wet toes?
up, somebody pull up Google and look at
The
their
same way
fucking.
that
Yeah, I was
salt
gonna
does.
say, Google it. Like, Google it.
The same way that
This
salt
is the only
does.
It does. He said it was too complicated to understand it, but
No.
I'll Google it when we get off the podcast, guys. I'm
Does
just
it-
going to
does it
keep
melt
asking.
it?
The only thing
I
that makes
didn't
sense
say
to me
nothing
is
about that.
sand gets hot melts sand, but if it's cold enough to have ice, the sand wouldn't be hot to melt it. Me and Ted Cruz are going to have a talk when he gets back
What?
from vacay. It's bullshit. That's your
Yeah,
problem is
please
you
do.
use fucking sand. That's the problem. You use sand. That's what it is. Called it. Fucking right there. I'm just knocking shit out of the ballpark now.
Freeze frame.
Are you frozen?
Maybe you should run for governor in Texas.
This is not a runner's physique. I don't do anything involving running.
I
Number
always
two,
like to
I'm
say
not
I'm built
doing
for comfort,
anything
not for
involving
speed.
exercise without marijuana, allegedly.
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 No dry snitching here.
Socks, look at your phone.
Oh, by the way, in the comments, we had a question about a little bet we had, and we're currently at $33 for the month. So,
So where do we need to be?
100. So we
We
need
need to be at
$67
So
In order to have
$67 away
for the
Peaches.
month. And then remember,
For this
next
month?
month, yes.
Or this? Oh.
Because Patreon, we only had 33 and then like 20 cents because two of the members faulted, including me. But you got to remember, there's a bet. If we have it 3 months and August hits 100, he wears a dress too. So
On top of whoever loses. I'm
Spaghetti.
so confused on the bet, but it's fine. It's okay.
the bet was we have to break $100. 2 months for me to wear the dress, 3 months for him to wear the dress.
Is it for the group?
Does that have pockets?
Pocket.
What's up with these dresses and
Yeah,
pockets?
why does is that something going
Is this
on
a thing?
in Texas? You guys gotta have
That's-
pockets in your dresses?
No. Every woman, like, every time that you compliment a woman and you're like, oh, I love your dress, the first thing she'll be like, oh my god, thank you, it has pockets.
It's called a
Like,
vagina.
it's just a thing. Like, we love dresses with pockets because then we don't really have to lug around our purses.
Oh.
Ain't that what y'all have bras for? I thought that was the whole point of women having bras. Was y'all get to stuff your entire purse in your chesticles.
Yeah, but if you don't have chesticles,
Then what you wearing a
Or
bra
like
for to
you're part
begin
of
with?
it.
To hold up your nipples?
not every woman can, like, hang a hanger from her nipples. You know what I mean? Probably not. Probably can't. Probably don't understand what that means at all.
Peaches tip $70.
Peaches tips $70.
Yay! There goes that 100.
That's cool. So what is that? First episode of August?
Yep.
I gotta wear one. First episode of August. Do we even have the dresses anymore? We leave them here?
No, we'll figure it out.
Oh yeah, y'all was. I ain't gonna fit in them.
We got
if they were tight for y'all, I definitely ain't gonna fit in them. You would have to stitch them together.
That's right around the corner.
So Ruby,
yes.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
So thank you for being here. Officially,
we got you, Peaches.
We have a bet with Pete. We had a bet that if we broke, what do you call it? If we were in the black for 2 back-to-back months, I would wear a dress, which will be the first episode. We appreciate the fact you're on here. I mean, I think it worked out.
Thanks for having me.
This episode was pretty fucking raw.
Safe travels. Like I said, thank you for coming again. We'd love to have you somewhat down the road.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
No.
So thank you
Let
again.
me know when.
All right.
Thank you again.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What?
Be careful. Let us know when you make it back. So, you know.
We'll wait for you to
Wait,
do it so we can
does?
be nice and say something nice.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Does it?
Oh.
A wedding dress has pockets?
Yeah.
I guess that's not the first thing I think about. So
You gotta have pockets, man.
dresses have pockets.
Pockets. Yeah.
We will definitely make sure when we find his dress, we'll make sure it has pockets in it.
I hope so.
That's all I want. That's all I want for you.
I appreciate that.
Just want your
If you like a
dress
kangaroo
pocket.
pocket.
Do you want a kangaroo pocket?
Dude, if you can find me a dress with a kangaroo pocket, I'll probably wear it out in public. I said probably. Don't hold me to it.
Did you hear that?
Like
I
overalls?
heard it.
Yeah,
Something like
what
that. I've been
overalls.
looking for a good set of overalls, but yeah.
They have dressy overalls.
I'm gonna send you the video of fucking Vince Wilfork's 400-pound ass and naked in overalls showing up for the Texans training camp. That shit was hilarious.
Let's not say
Before we do leave,
I will, just because you seem disgusted by it.
anybody in the chat have any questions for Ruby before she gets back on the road and gets to home? Anybody have anything else to ask her real quick?
That's unbelievable.
Let us know real quick before we end this.
Well, we're in a little bit of delay, so we kind of got to buy some time. Do a little
Right,
stutter
yeah, a
step.
little stutter step.
Wait for them to hear it. Wait for them to look
Couple more
typies.
sips. We'll give them a few more minutes to, come up with something to ask you.
Rube, was there a city you wanted to go to you didn't get a chance to go to on this road trip?
Good question.
Please don't say that.
Yeah,
Good question, too. Appreciate it.
I didn't get
better.
to go to
Don't talk
Virginia
too much,
Beach.
because
I really wanted to go to just because I've heard really great things about it, and it's like it's really fucking pretty. So that was someplace that I really wanted to stop by, but I was exhausted, and I'm like, nah, I need to go ahead, and I just need to go to Boston. So, but I mean, like, even not being able to see it, I'm still really happy with my decision because I still got to see Baltimore, and I got to go to Washington D.C. and see the White House and like all of these locations that I never thought I'd be able to see in my life. And so, yeah, I mean, Virginia Beach will always be there,
Okay.
All right, so we have this question from this listener that obviously didn't listen to what you said.
His issue is he put too much in his cup and then
I
he
think
drank
he's
it
been drinking a little bit more.
again.
He's like, where is she going next?
And again.
She's going back home, John.
I'm gonna modify the question to make it an intelligent
Now,
question.
mind you, this is the same person I asked you if you're going or when you'll be home.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
Did he?
Yes.
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 And it's okay that we talk
But hold
crap
on.
about him.
So we're gonna modify the question.
Jonathan, here's your fucking roadside sobriety test. Spell the podcast.
Spell the podcast.
Spell the podcast in the chat, you son of a bitch.
So we're gonna modify
I'm on
the
my way
question
home.
to make it more intelligent, I guess.
Here they called you fucking stupid.
He said, sorry, I'm distracted.
I'm distracted.
You buy that drink, huh?
Uh-oh. Good luck.
Great.
So your next travel excursion, where do you
Look how you
have to
spelled
go?
Excursion?
Look, you spelled it wrong.
My next place I'm going to, so on the 15th, I have a few friends of mine are putting on a show down in Buda, Texas. So I'm going to be in Buda, Texas, which is like right outside of Austin, Texas. It's about an hour away. And if anyone wants to go, if you're in Texas and you want to go, they're going to be opening up for Bowling for Soup. So
Nice.
It's going to be really great. They're going to have a half pipe. It's on 15 acres of land. I think 6 bands are performing, so it's going to be a really great night. But yeah, I'll be in Buda, Texas. My next location I really want to go to is Seattle. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Got to hit the whole left coast next time, apparently.
Right.
Yeah. The left coast.
Don't forget to
The west coast.
No, the left coast.
don't
left
forget
coast.
to check
If you
out
look at a
Ohio.
map, it's on the left-hand side of the paper.
Don't forget to check out Ohio.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Specifically, come to the
I
land.
think she was in Ohio.
Did she go through Ohio?
I was in Ohio. I did. Yeah, I was in Ohio.
Where'd you go through in Ohio?
Cleveland, I think. I think that's what she put.
Did you come through Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland.
Nice.
Yeah.
She hit the east side, locked the doors, and fucking sped.
Minus what
Fuck
she,
this place!
when she said about those bad towns, she seen the east side and she was like, "Whoa,
That's bad. She was in the east side, went to Baltimore, rather go back to Baltimore.
Probably where you
Fuck
got the
that.
nachos.
Did you get the nachos in Cleveland? Hopefully not.
I didn't. No, I didn't. I don't even think I stopped in Ohio, to be honest. Unless it was for gas.
No reason to.
Probably stopped for gas.
You're
Yeah.
like, what is this place and why am I here?
Pretty much terrorist.
I was kind of like, wow. Yeah, I see why people move.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
I'm kidding.
Sorry, we're.
Ohio is gorgeous.
It,
Ohio is really pretty. I'm not gonna lie.
It can be.
Areas.
Right, it can be.
Like most places, though, areas of it as well.
there's areas. Yeah.
Nothing closer to Kentucky. Cincinnati is trash. Yes, I said it. Get over it.
Oh my god.
Akron sucks.
Cracker?
That's
Good to know.
cracking.
Good to know.
Cracking.
Cracker.
I guess you guys agree. There's only one reason.
Unless you want an 8-ball. You need an 8-ball is the only reason to go to fucking Akron, I guess.
Allegedly.
Oh wow,
You're talking
beaches.
Shots fired every time. See?
You're defending PA, so stop it.
Yo,
Yeah.
the PA is on.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Yes, I know you like PA, Ruby. It don't, but it's
PA
okay.
is elevated Ohio. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said it.
It's colonized West Virginia is what the fuck PA is.
I think they both suck, to be honest with you, but that's just me.
Fair.
I'm not gonna say yes and I'm not gonna say no.
Smart, I like that. That's smart. Plausible deniability. Anything else?
Yes.
Oh, I did have one more question. So I've noticed you kind of it's on silent. That's a fucked up part about this new phone.
Oh.
So I've noticed on social media you fucking kill it. IG, you got what, 14,000 followers? Twitter, you got like 40. What are you at on TikTok?
112.
Like, oh, so we got to up our TikTok game. Is that that's what I'm hearing? How do we do that? How do we get there?
A little bit, yeah. All right, so pretty much engagement. If people are commenting on your videos, you have to comment back. A lot of the times the algorithm is by how active the person is at communicating back with the creator, communicating back with the people that are commenting. So if it's relevant, if people keep checking it, it's going to start getting into the algorithm of getting on other people's For You page. So just being on top of comments and having that like social media presence, like presence is like the huge word for it. You have to actively be active on it, you know?
Okay.
Do you use your TikTok for your podcast too? I have never personally seen your TikTok.
Yes.
So.
Yes and no. So mostly I do it to like make jokes or whatever, talk about real life situations. But then every now and then I'll be like, hey, you know what?
That was
Podcast. I'll make a whole video about that. Yeah. Those honestly, those get like the least views, but at the same time, it's like, well, people are on here because they want to see some funny shit. You know, like I've been scrolling on TikTok where I'm like, I need some humor in my life, some comedic relief, and so I'm like scrolling, and then like the saddest fucking video will pop up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
So I get it. You know, like you don't want to hear people drone on about stuff.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah. TikTok is a very dangerous place. You get lost in those.
Yeah.
You wind up fucking 3.5
Definitely
hours
spiral.
on the toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you're like on TikTok for like an hour and 2 hours, and you're like, what the fuck happened to time?
It's because you got that slutty
Yeah,
ass
and then like your
TikTok.
legs are numb from
You
the
got that thought
toilet.
talk.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You be watching all them thought ass videos, and your TikTok is what it is.
You know me.
Huh?
You're such a great sport. You're such a great sport. So
No,
Ran
then he
over
was,
with the train.
I was just making
he
fun
was
of
trying to
him
throw me under the bus.
So-
because
Right on the
fucking
bus.
TikTok is a thirst trap if you're not careful, and yeah, that's why I fucking deleted it.
You really gotta. Definitely a lot of teenagers sticking their ass there for no reason.
Because they're 18, I guess.
But-
That's all that matters.
Like, calm down, child. Calm down,
No
future
complaints
porn
here.
star. Maybe you should focus on your homework for a bit.
Right.
If they do that, they won't wind up like strippers, though. Like it's a natural progression. Dancing on TikTok, fail your math class, dance on a pole. Like that's just how it goes.
I would be more supportive if they were future bartenders.
He's on a roll.
I mean, during the day, maybe. Who knows? We need a good Coyote Ugly kind of bar. That's what it is. You fucking killing on Twitter. What is the secret to Twitter? Because you fucking absolutely kill on Twitter.
Hashtag it.
What is the secret to Twitter? I think sometimes it's just like I have a lot of thought vomit, which is what I call it. Like people will, that talk a lot, they have a lot of word vomit, but I don't really talk a lot. So I have like all, like I always tell people, I'm like, ugh, the shit that I say, like you should be there for the shit that I don't say, and the shit that I don't say, I go ahead and I post it on my Twitter. So, but once again, it's active social media presence. If people like the shit that you're saying, they're gonna tweet and repost it or retweet it, and they're gonna comment, and you have to comment back. You gotta like those comments. So I think like the funniest tweet that I ever tweeted out was like, ripped condoms don't even taste like ribs.
Yo!
Like that got like over 150,000 retweets, So
Jesus.
as long as you have like thought vomit like that, like yeah.
Look at
People-
8:46 time of death.
Well, people like that raunchy dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah,
That's
just-
I don't know.
on my search history. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No,
Sex sells,
Yeah.
my friends.
fuck you guys. Tough crowd.
sex sells, absolutely.
But you can't sell sex. It's illegal. Without a video camera. It's illegal if you have a video camera.
Some states are starting to change it, aren't they?
As long as you have, every state is cool as long as you have a video camera. It's pornography then. Secrets of the trade. You should know. You're a slut.
Oh my god.
You were talking about the last
And the
podcast.
bus.
You'd like to be a woman so you could fucking slut yourself out on the corner.
Oh, he did.
Dang! And he's pulling out stuff to back it up. He's running you over.
Hashtag facts.
All
No
right,
printer.
Ruby. We'll let you get on the
No
road.
printer.
We'll let you get on the
There
road.
we go.
Thank you for coming in again. Once again, what is your podcast name?
My podcast is A Slut With Morals, and you can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram, and also TikTok at A Slut With Morals, all one word.
All right. Thank you very much once again. Be safe.
Thank you for having me.
And cheers to you. Make sure you have a drink when you get back.
Empty, but
I'm ready for it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, bye, you guys.
Bye.
wrap it up here, I guess.
All right, guys. As always, there comes an end to our train wreck.
The screeching halt of the train wreck.
And you know where you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course. Buzzsprout, you can listen to us. You can watch us on YouTube. Obviously, if you're on Patreon right now, you're with us. You can also find us on Pandora. All those other places.
Give up.
Deezer, Stitcher, whatever the hell all that.
Oh, he even threw out a small one. He
Right,
said,
I like that. That was nice.
all those
Fucking
small
podcast.
places, all those big places you can find us on. Des, I know we got to do this every single
Just for
time.
Jonathan, I'm pretty sure.
At
Can you
this
just for
point,
Jonathan, please.
because, I mean, in case there's anybody new when, you know, the recording comes around, but John, the way you spell it is the word for, the number 2, the word many.
And make sure you guys drink responsibly.
Just about you level.
Peace. Thank you.
Peace.